Hey gamers, if you like quick and clever card games all about optimizing your hand, then you want to check out King's Coalition. Let's take a look at how this game plays. In this game, players start out with a hand of 7 cards, and they are trying to have the most optimal hand at the end of the game by swapping cards in and out and drafting new cards into their hand. They have knowledge of the first 2 objectives that they can score off of at the beginning of the game, which is a sequence of consecutive numbers and sets of the same class of card, and more will get revealed throughout the game. On a player's turn, if there are face down cards, they will reveal one of the ones here and add it to the recruitment area, and then they will reveal one of the goals, which will be worth different amounts of points. So they will be able to try and tailor their hand to different things as they learn new things that they will be able to score off of. And again, they'll have a little bit more option of things as they come out here. Players can then recruit from the recruitment area. So I could take this card into my hand or enlist it because it is a peasant, which is just putting it in front of me and I don't have to dismiss a card. Or I can take from the top of the deck if I don't like that card. And that one happens to be the same card. And then after that, I can dismiss a card out of my hand that maybe I don't need for a set or for consecutive numbers, things like that, and that will just be added to the recruitment area as well. And then somebody else would be able to pick that up on their turn. Players will score the numbers that are on their cards as well, so they might want to go for higher numbers in order to get more points. And again, more goals will come out throughout the game as well, so they might be trying to adjust score as many of those as possible. The game will last for 6 rounds, which will tick down based on how many of these cards here flip over and get revealed, and then players will know when they're at the end of the game, and then they'll just tally up all their scores based again on the face value, all of these goals, and then player with the most points will win. Overall, I thought this game was pretty neat. I thought it was interesting that you could kind of keep most of the cards that you start with and see how that kind of shakes out, because you can take from the top of the deck and dismiss that card immediately every turn if you want it to. You can change as many of cards as you want. You can end up with a completely new hand. But I think it's kind of interesting how new goals come out each round of the first 4 rounds. So you're learning more and more information and seeing, oh, okay, how can I use what I have to the benefit of that, or am I going to have to completely change what I was going for if I want these points? And I like that they do get less and less points, so if you are lucky enough to have what's on the last one, you're not getting a massive amount of points just because of that luck. But speaking of that luck, you can end up with a hand that has just really high value cards, which sometimes can end up being the most valuable thing that you can just have, because those are worth the face value of them, especially if you have some higher point ones and you happen to also get like a set or a sequence with them, then you're guaranteed to score those points because set and sequence are always available to score. So I definitely think there is a little bit of luck with it, but I think that the abilities on the cards can help mitigate that a little bit, because you can shake things up a little bit throughout the game by kind of discarding more cards to get more cards, using that enlistment where you're putting cards in front of you and not having to dismiss cards can be really valuable, things of that nature. So overall, if you like clever card games, again, where you're just optimizing your hand for the most part, this is definitely neat, and I think it'll say a lot of table play, and I think it scales really well, plays 2 to 5, and it's always 6 rounds, so I think that that also works pretty well, so you're always going to be around the same amount of time. It's not going to be too much longer for more players. But you can check out my full thoughts on the blog today, just that I have this one's for you.